here. Viewer suggested video over movies that have a lead that are stranded in some way, shape, or form. I'm the Chief Ash.
Nick Flurry here.
And Subpar Lobster.
And we're going to do this cute little video chat thing and try to discuss just a couple movies really quick in that genre-esque grouping we're doing. And not really a specific movie review of any of the movies we're talking about, but the genre itself. So, let us begin.
Let's do this.
Alright. So, stranded people.
Stranded people. Let's start off by, what are some of the movies that we like in this genre?
127 hours.
That we like or that are in this genre?
That are we like / can talk about right now?
There's barely any difference. 127 hours, I Am Legend. Life of Pi? I haven't seen Life of Pi, but we can discuss some of it.
I haven't either, but I know a little bit about the book. I've seen Gravity. I've seen Castaway.
Gravity. Castaway is good. I wanted to see Moon.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while, so it's hard for me to say anything about it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, pretty much with this genre, like, very few of these movies have more than one character, but the ones that do all have to, like, create a second character somehow. So I feel like that this genre is kind of hard to do without actually having, like, some kind of second character, even if it's, like, a fictional, or, like, an object.
It is. Like, most people, when they go, they expect audience, like, characters to interact with someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I use Buried as an example where every one of these movies has to have the phone call out. Like, they got to be able to call away someone.
Like a game show.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, that's kind of funny, because every movie, they do have those cliches that, like, kind of tie them together, but at the same time, there's always the exceptions. Like, for the call-out, like, in I Am Legend, he doesn't have anybody he calls out to, is he?
He has a dog.
Yeah, he has a dog.
So you're talking, like, not literally a call-out, but, like, just that line to something else?
There's just, like, a second per thing, whether it's, like, a volleyball, a dog, or an actual person. It's just something.
Someone, like, Aaron Ralston has his video camera. Although he's really stealth, but he still has something. It's never
some sort of tie to keep them psychologically fit.
Sandra Bullock has, like, the HQ space station at home.
God damn. Sandra Bullock.
She also has this foreign guy she's speaking to. She can't understand what he's saying, but to her it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Voice.
Yeah, she also has a name pronunciation.
It's Bullock, where everyone else is wrong.
Bullock. That's how I see it. Everyone else is wrong.
Right.
It's the only obvious.
Bullock. All three of us are going to agree that her name is Bullock, just to move past this.
Yeah, that's it.
It'll be a lot easier.
Sandra Bullock. That doesn't bother me at all.
You're mine, but we'll move past it.
Alright, so what do you guys think brings the appeal to this sort of movie, these sort of genres? Because most of the time when they come out, even be the movie good or bad, it gets a lot of hype, and there's a lot of people go and see these movies. I mean, in the box office, they all do rather well.
It depends on who's in it. Like, if you put someone like a no-name in the lead, no one's probably going to go see it. Critical-wise, it may do well, but box office, I don't really see that happening.
I think a big draw of these movies is that a lot of them are survival stories. Like, people kind of like seeing someone put in an impossible situation and going the extra mile to really, like, survive and really push themselves to the limit. I think people enjoy watching, like, that struggle.
Like watching someone cut their arm off with a rusted knife.
Yeah, or, like, fly through an asteroid field.
That had no reason.
Or sit on a beach and scream.
Yeah.
No, sir!
My favorite, like, whole thing of Castaway is the fact, spoilers for Castaway if you still haven't caught it or whatnot, but my favorite part of that is when he loses Wilson, and he's just, like, so distraught that when he goes home, he just has nothing, and he just delivers the package, because he's like, what else am I going to do? I lost Wilson.
That was his only, like, tie to his sanity.
I want to see that movie recut where he gets to keep Wilson, and he comes home, and everyone has to, like, do, like, a, like, therapy for him to get him to give Wilson up.
a big reason why people like to see these movies is because everyone feels like they're themselves, they're stuck in their own world, and they want to relate to somebody else that's forced to do so, and it makes them feel better about their lives. It's like, as I said before, Schadenfreude.
They're living like vicariously in these extreme situations.
Exactly. I think that's a huge reason why a lot of people like these sorts of movies. But then it comes down to whether or not the movie's watchable.
Yeah, like Open Water is not watchable. It literally is just like watching two people on water.
127 hours though.
That's
has everyone seen it?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, it also comes down to like your film style, because as you guys know, and 127 hours bothered me because its film style to me was a little like disorientating. It was like you watch it and you're just like, what the hell is going on? It reminds me a lot of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas but it worked better there because, Hunter S. Thompson was under the heavy influence of various drugs, whereas this dude is hallucinating, but it does it more when he's not in the crevice. It does those weird cuts and weird frames flying in when he's just going to the thing, like he's high on Gatorade or something.
Gatorade does get you drunk.
Yeah. Not even beer, not even water.
It does have those odd camera angles, and it plays music in parts that would be more effective without music. Right when he's trying to create the pulley, the music's playing, and it's all this dramatic sports kind of music. And I feel like that scene would have been more effective if there was no music playing at all, just him making it.
I kind of like it though. I think it kind of adds like an element to the movie, like kind of a sense of style. Like it kind of like that's kind. I mean, I want to say it's Danny Boyle's thing, but I can't really give another example of that. But I kind of always liked what he does with like sound design, and I kind of enjoy the movie in that movie, the music in that movie, and I like a lot of the sound effects. Like when he's actually like cutting off his arm, it's like really intense what they do with the audio.
That messed me up.
Yeah, but it's really unrealistic. I guess it fits in the style. It's just the music that was used. I agree with Roger. I find it was inappropriately timed, but also it was just inappropriate music. Like you could have had way more intense music, making that have that, because it brought me out of it a lot of the time where I'm watching it. And I'm like, oh yeah, he's cutting his arm off. But
I cringe.
I'm acclimated to that crap because I'm a horror nut. Music playing in the background is really chill.
Yeah, but that's
not chill.
It wasn't just it was chill. It was also very uplifting music.
Well, no, but it has that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of this, but I'm also losing my arm.
Well, it's uplifting because it has that element of like hope. But I mean, I'm talking solely about like when he is cutting through his arm and he hits his
Yeah, and then it goes.
Yeah, I felt that was a really cool like sound design because like you said, a lot of people have seen movies where people lose their arms and it's not that dramatic, but they had to do something to make it like extra cringe-inducing.
Well, see, that little bass drop they use for that doesn't. I don't feel like that works either because that's like unrealistic. Whereas when you get in intense pain like that, you get like that high. There's that high like whistle tone noise in your ear. Like why not use that instead of a really low bass note?
Yeah, I could see that.
So everyone's take on the score for these solitary movies. Would the score work, or would you prefer no score at all?
Yeah, I think you need a score.
Me, I would prefer a movie of this of a lonely man just without music at all, just the actor. That's my opinion.
I think there's not really like a one glove fits all kind of thing. I think certain movies really benefit from a score, where others like having no score at all kind of creates a really interesting effect. So I think it really just depends on the movie.
I feel like in the case of 127 hours, it would have been better without a score.
Fair enough.
At all.
But from what I understand, I haven't seen Gravity, but from what I understand, a lot of the intensity and stuff like that in Gravity is brought solely on by the score.
Yeah.
Well, there's also moments where there's no noise at all. All you hear are the grunts from Sandra Bullock. I'm sorry, Bullock.
Bullock.
And,
you said her name wrong, Roger.
I did.
Come on, man.
Come on.
You hear the noise of her like unfastening things, or I think there's one uplifting score in the end.
See, I think that movie does a really good job of doing both, because there are very few moments in the movie where it does have a score. There's like an uplifting part, and then I think there's a few parts where it kind of plays like a little bit of a weird sci-fi song or tune. But a lot of that movie is just like, it's just her in space and her breathing, which her breathing kind of annoys me, but like I like the effect of just nothing.
So what about I Am Legend? Because when I think of like, let's say the sound, just Because one, I enjoyed I Am Legend as a whole, but like since we're on score, like when I think of the sound of that, I don't remember there being much of a score, but I remember the sound of wind passing the buildings, and I remember that by itself was really intense because it really gave you the empty feeling of the town, city. It's a big, it's like New York.
Yeah, it had a score. It was very touching. It fit the movie though. It was just a piano playing. There was no like trumpets or anything. Whenever he's being chased, of course there was chase music playing, but for the majority it was just piano music. It was very nicely timed. Like in the end, when he's coming to realization that he looks at the butterfly, the music plays. It's very appropriate. So I guess maybe we could all agree that for these movies, music's okay if it's perfectly timed. Because if it's not, I'd rather it not be in the movie at all. Like 127 hours to me would have worked better without a score at all. Maybe in the end, when spoiler alert, he's
going back to Earth.
Going back to Earth.
He's going back to Earth. I remember that part.
Yeah,
the premise, but for anyone who is curious, was on Halen's comment.
It's actually on Mars.
Oh, shit. That's the Martian.
But no, 127 hours. The only time I think the score works is when he's like going back home, he's swimming, looking at the pool, seeing the real Aaron Ralston, his family and stuff. It's the only time the music worked, and whenever he was hallucinating. But anytime, I think the movie would have worked better without a score.
Fair enough.
That's probably the only problem with it.
All right. So, is there anything else we want to talk about besides the score? I mean, because the score is extremely important in these sorts of
yeah, I know. We kind of talked a long time on score. With I Am Legend, or with a lot of those movies, like, they kind of I'm trying to think, like, with 127 hours, you do have those hallucinating scenes, but I feel like a majority of the movie is just literally him stuck in the rock. And then the other one I was thinking of, like Buried, he literally is just in a box. But then there's other ones like Castaway, I Am Legend, or even where they're like they have kind of a much more open space. So I guess what I'm trying to get at is like it's interesting to see the movies where the characters are stranded somewhere, but they're kind of like on an island or something where they can move around and you can have them interact with a lot of different things and have like different scenes, as opposed to movies where they literally are stuck in like the exact same spot and they can't really do anything else.
Well,
like Saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Saw. When they're stuck in one spot, I believe that allows for more attention when they're stuck in one spot when they like literally cannot move.
Yeah.
But
I think it's harder to carry the movie.
Yeah. There's not much to do with it, but if it's done correctly, yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those things that if the movie's really well done, it works, but if it's not, it just fails utterly. So that's why you see movies like Buried where it doesn't work.
So when it comes to cinematography in these sorts of movies, would you guys prefer like your natural, because there's no other characters really to pan over. So do you prefer natural shots? Do you prefer flashback shots? Like how do you what defines like good cinematography in these sorts of movies?
I think I Am Legend had the best as far as cinematography goes because he cleared the entire city of New York just for blocks and blocks and blocks. I was going somewhere with that.
Good.
Yeah, I was.
I think with like for most of the time, like I prefer interesting. Obviously, you need interesting cinematography, and I don't mind flashbacks because they do give like a little bit more characterization. But I kind of like when movies like attempt to do that characterization without having that many flashbacks. Like I kind of agree that's my like one thing with 127 hours is I know there's probably not a ton they could have done to like shape that character without using them. But I like the scenes most in that movie when he's just talking to a camera or he's doing things that like reveal a lot about himself, but he's not. But it's just his face or like him sitting there. Like there's not. I'm fine with flashbacks, but I enjoy like interesting like cinematography to kind of help create the tone and atmosphere of the movie.
All right, now one more thing. That's all. Our favorite movie of this genre.
Okay. No, my favorite's probably Gravity. As much as I don't like Sandra Bullock's like intense breathing and some of her acting, because I actually don't like her that much. But overall, I like that movie the best. I just like the setup.
I'm also a fan of. I love Sandra Bullock. I love her. She's a great actress.
I don't really like her that much, but you know what? She does damn fine in Gravity. Other than the fact that her annoying is the worst part, her acting is the worst part of that movie.
No one brought the Martian.
All right. I think that I like Castaway. This has been the Punch Buddy talking about
The Punch Buddy.
movies with stranded leads. This is the Chief Ash.
Just Nick Fleury / Afro.
Support Lobster.
Thank you guys and keep watching.
Like, subscribe, comment, Twitter. You know the drill.
It's in the description!
Ah!
Hey, what's up? This is Nick Fleury here, reminding you to subscribe. And if you have any suggestions as to what we do next, or you want to tell us how we did, drop a comment down below. And if you want to see more, hit that like button.